This video is brought to you by NordVPN. Today, Pakistan strikes targets inside Iran, China's population decline accelerates, and the Panama Canal is in crisis. From TLDR News, this is your daily briefing for Thursday the 18th of January 2024. Pakistan has launched retaliatory airstrikes inside Iran, targeting separatist militants in strikes that killed at least 9 people. The Pakistani response comes 2 days after Iran attacked what it said was the bases of another militant group based inside Pakistan, something we covered in yesterday's daily briefing. A statement from Pakistan's foreign ministry said its military had carried out a series of highly coordinated and specifically targeted precision military strikes against terrorist hideouts, and that a number of terrorists were killed during the intelligence-based operation. The statement added that Pakistan fully respects the sovereignty and territorial integrity of the Islamic Republic of Iran. The deputy governor of the Iranian region in question said in an interview that the explosions had killed 3 women and 4 children, who were all foreign nationals. Amid the tension, Pakistan's caretaker prime minister, currently in Switzerland for the World Economic Forum, and foreign minister, currently in Uganda, will both cut short their respective foreign visits and return to Pakistan. In response to the strikes, Iran summoned Pakistan's most senior diplomat in the country to demand an explanation. The group being targeted is said to be the Balochistan Liberation Army, or BLA, a separatist insurgent group seeking independence for Pakistan's Balochistan province. The Associated Press cites the BLA as saying the strikes targeted and killed its people, adding that Pakistan will have to pay a price for it. We will avenge it, and we announce war on the state of Pakistan. Both Iran and Pakistan have traded accusations that they each harbour militant groups that carry out attacks across their border, which cuts through the rest of Baloch region. Pakistan's retaliatory strikes match the airstrikes carried out by Iran in that they were cross-border strikes justified by the targeting of a militant group in the interests of national security. It seems, therefore, that Pakistan is signalling its desire not to escalate the row any further. Nevertheless, the move raises tensions in an already boiling region where Iran has also struck targets inside Iran and Syria. The US is striking the Houthis in Yemen, the Houthis continue to attack international shipping, and Israel and Lebanon-based Hezbollah have been trading rocket fire across the border. There's more on the way, but be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to make the daily briefing part of your daily routine, or just search for us on your podcast app to listen along. New figures released by China show that the country's population decline is accelerating, with birth rates hitting a record low. The National Bureau of Statistics reported that in 2023, the total number of people in China dropped by more than 2 million, or 0.15%, to 1.409 billion. That decline is more than double the size of the decline recorded in 2022. It also marks the second consecutive year of population decline for China, which before 2022 had seen its population drop since 1961 during the Great Famine. Contributing to last year's population decline was a fall in new births of 5.7%, pushing the birth rate to a record low, while total deaths rose 6.6%, thanks in part to a wave of COVID-related deaths when lockdowns were lifted, pushing the death rate to its highest level since 1974. For decades, China had a one-child policy designed to curb population growth, but this was raised to 2 children in 2015 and 3 in 2021 in an effort to boost the struggling birth rate. The shrinking and aging population poses a problem for China, as it does to many other countries also experiencing a demographic crisis, in that it drains the Chinese economy of working-age people while the growing elderly population strains healthcare and pension systems. An extreme drought is hampering transits of the Panama Canal, one of the world's most important waterways, prompting authorities to let fewer ships through. 2023 was one of the driest years in the Panama Canal watershed's recorded history, and October, usually the peak of the rainy season, was the driest on record. The lack of rainfall has depleted to unprecedented levels. The lakes that make up a major part of the canal and provide the water that is essential to the operation of the canal and its locks. Each ship transit requires about 52 million gallons of fresh water from artificial lakes fed by rainfall to raise and lower vessels through the canal's locks. The number of daily ship crossings was cut down to 22 in December, and in the last couple of days has been increased to 24, which is still considerably lower than the normal rate of around 36 ships per day. Alongside ship weight limits and higher transit fees mean less trade is passing through the canal, while the queue of ships grows longer, prompting shipping companies to choose between spending millions to jump the queue, sitting and waiting their turn, or taking the longer and more expensive journey, with the disruption hitting not just Panama's treasury, but also the entire global trade system. The canal's authorities have pointed to the naturally occurring El Niño weather phenomenon, combined with human-induced climate change, as having exacerbated the drought. Poland's parliament has voted to strip a far-right MP of his immunity from prosecution after he was filmed last month using a fire extinguisher to douse the candles of a menorah during the Jewish festival of Hanukkah, which he described as satanic. Grzegorz Braun was widely condemned and fined for the action, but now he's lost his parliamentary immunity, he faces possible criminal charges, including destruction of property, insulting an object of religious worship, and violation of bodily integrity. All parliamentary parties, except Braun's own Confederation Party, voted in favour of stripping him of his immunity. As well as charges for the Hanukkah incident, he also faces charges relating to a separate incident where he disrupted a lecture by a Jewish-Polish Holocaust scholar, and another that saw him remove and dump a Christmas tree from a courthouse because it had EU and LGBT flag decorations. We usually end with an uplifting news story, but today we thought we'd give you an update on one of those stories we've covered in the past. In shocking news, Guinness World Record has suspended the title of oldest dog ever from Bobby, a Portuguese dog said to be 31 that died last year. Guinness World Records told the Associated Press, while our review is ongoing, we've decided to temporarily pause both the record titles for oldest dog living and ever, just until all of our findings are in place. It comes after a number of vets expressed scepticism at Bobby's claimed age. One said, "Not a single of my veterinary colleagues believe Bobby was actually 31 years old." Bobby's owner has said that an elite within the veterinary world has conspired against him because he attributed Bobby's longevity to things including a diet of human food rather than pet food. He added that Guinness World Records has spent a year verifying the claim and that he had never made any money off of it. Whatever the future may hold, it will always be important to keep yourself safe online. Fortunately, when it comes to your digital safety, NordVPN has your back. It's an unfortunate reality that online scams and phishing attacks are on the rise, with us constantly bombarded by annoying notifications and emails that we forgot we even signed up to. It's easy to click the wrong link. One seemingly innocent link can compromise security and bring things crashing down. With the protection of NordVPN though, you can use their threat protection feature to identify potentially suspicious links. Even if you reached a suspicious website, NordVPN's data encryption tools would protect you and your data against a number of other attacks, such as malicious man-in-the-middle breaches. But if things do go wrong, NordVPN's dark web monitoring is always scanning for your compromised details across the entire internet, and can even notify you before you even notice anything's gone wrong. So if you want to securely connect to that free Wi-Fi at your local coffee shop without worrying about someone trying to take a peek at your personal data, you can sign up for a 2-year plan with a massive discount and 4 months free at nordvpn.com/TLDR. We've been told that sometimes our viewers just open a new tab and type in the URL themselves, and while we're certainly glad that you're using the service, you only get the discount and support the channel through that link. So if you wish to get the discount and support independent journalism further, make sure you sign up using our link. That's nordvpn.com/TLDR. Thanks for your support.